Howdy, I use a search engine that's located in Switzerland, and the other day I typed in home invasion. I was thinking about Donald Trump and the invasion of his home, and I wanted to read about it and see what it meant, and this is what came back to me from that search engine. No results were found for home invasion. Dear user, search results for your query. Home invasion may contain violence, do you think, from the FBI in this case. I had a whole list of other things, and thanks very much for your understanding. Well, firstly, I don't have any understanding, so don't thank me for that. Please get over yourself. Liz Cheney. Thank goodness she lost. I met her about 10 years ago, and I thought she was kind of a nice gal, right? It was at a speech thing that she did in Los Angeles, and we spent a few minutes chatting afterwards. And she wasn't so bad. Her dad, Dick Cheney, was actually with her, and subsequent to that, I've seen all these kind of left-wing tendency things that they've got going on. I mean, imagine in Wyoming, it's kind of it's a red state, right? I mean, 70% of all people in the state voted for Donald Trump, and she takes 100% of her time calling down Donald Trump. Work that out. I mean, that kind of doesn't make any sense. No wonder she lost. I mean, she badmouths the man always, and she has this obsessive campaign thing going on with Trumpism to get rid of it from the Republican Party. Clearly, she's not a Republican because she works with the Democrats all of the time. I mean, go away now. I hope she will. 22 million Americans on high alert as deadly bacteria spreads across the nation. This was the headline in, I think it was USA Today the other day, 22 million Americans. When you read down into the small print, it says 29 individuals are ill. That's the press for you. I mean, the headlines, the 22 million, it scares everybody. Wow, what do we do now? Let's run somewhere. What do we do? Let's get a needle in our arm, right? I mean, 29 individuals are ill. They're not dying, they're sick. It's kind of like COVID. It's a cold. People have colds now. Look at the President of the United States. I mean, he's had COVID twice, and he's had all 4 shots, and apparently the COVID has been not nice. You know, it's not a nice disease, right? And some people get it, or affliction, or whatever it is, cold, blah, blah, blah. Transportation police in California, they now say, there's a term that our recent progressive studies, who does that, have deemed racist and unscientific, so we got to get rid of it, and we're going to get rid of it. And here it is, the wordage, excited delirium. They want to get rid of that because it's racist, okay? Because that term describes a state where someone is extremely aggressive and distressed while being restrained by a police officer. It's been used by police departments, that wordage, since the 1980s, so that's like more than 40 years, but all of a sudden they're saying this. Progressive studies, again, have argued that the term is disproportionately applied to black people. So it's racist. You can't use that term because the criminals are black, and we're using that term for the criminals, but they're all black, and that's a bad thing. You pick your own words how to describe that. Food. It just doesn't magically appear in the store. People, I guess, think it does. I don't know that. All the liberals, I guess, do. But farmers and ranchers, they work to put that food in that store. That's what they do, right? And now we have this rapidly growing food crisis that's global. It's happening all because of left-wing people, because of the way they talk and act. And sadly, they're in power in a lot of different countries. And who can fix that? You know, Trump is not a great, Trump is a great man, but Trump is not a good man. That's what I was trying to say. So many say that. So many now are saying, I wish he was back. I don't like him. I hate him, but I love his policies. He's the only guy in the world, I think, that would stand up to this nonsense and say, stop it. We need oil, we need food, we need things. You know, you want an omelet, you got to break an egg, right? And these climate control people, they're all upside down, and they're changing the world that we know, as we know it, and they're wrecking things. And so who can save us? Trump would be the only guy. And if that makes you cringe, think about all the good that he did. You don't have to like him. People didn't like Wyatt Earp. He went into town and they cleaned it up, boomity boom boom, and all the bad guys were dead or they left. But when they left and when they were dead, the town fathers came up and said, our women are scared. Nobody likes you. Would you please go away? And that kind of comes with the territory. Trump is the guy to fix this, in my humble opinion. Hey, you all come back tomorrow. We'll have more opinions for you. See ya.